Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Today is the last teaching here. So I would like to teach some, again, the mind training, and also conclusion of the teaching of the mind training. We have taught many times about mind training, so I hope now you really understand what it is, and the most important is to understand the benefit of this teaching of mind training. And we know that this mind training teachings, or the Buddhism, is about training the mind, right? And there are many methods of doing so. Very important, this teaching, this subject, the mind training. So, because we need mind training, and also we need these methods. Because our minds, sort of chase random thoughts and jump to sort of conclusions, and has a very hard time staying sort of focused, right? So that's why the mind training, very helpful. And we have sort of little control of our mind. So that's why we have these teachings all the winter, Sundays. So now you understand, right? What is mind training? What is the definition of mind training? How it is important? The benefits, the value. Do you understand? Very important, right? So first, sort of recognize and eliminate our bad habits, right? Start by changing our actions, whatever they may be. So mind training helps that. And through training the mind, we recognize our mistakes and adjust our mind to think. Therefore, we must practice. Practice very important. Meditation very important. We must practice what we learn, because training the mind requires a lot of self-control, determination, and freedom from anger and impatience, attachment, right? This we call the bad habits. So all the teachings on the mind training that I teach, so for all of you and for this year, it really not necessarily teach you anything new, maybe, but to encourage you sort of to put into practice what you already know or what you learning. Like, for example, bodhicitta, practice bodhicitta, practice patience, very important. So that is sort of more important than just learning something new that without practice. And we cannot just think about compassion and kindness, but we must be compassionate and be a kind person, right? When we talk about and think about compassion and love and kindness, we understand that very important, but that doesn't mean we have compassion and we have love and kindness. So in order to be a compassionate and love and kindness person, the motivation and our conduct, the action, are the foundation. So mind training changes these sort of not good intention, motivation, and sort of this action. So that's why these mind training teachings and practice are so important. You are very lucky, I think, and fortunate because we have this opportunity to learning about mind training, and we have also teachings and meditation session, mind training. So this kind of very good opportunity. So please practice meditation. I'm sure you understand Buddhism or meditation very well, I think, but I don't know how much you really control your mind. So in order to control our mind and change the bad habits, we have to practice. Some people practice in the morning, some people practice in the evening, but in generally speaking, the best time for practice is in the morning, right? Because our body, our mind are very sort of fresh in the morning. If you practice in the evening, there's nothing wrong. That's good too, maybe you like that better than morning. But sometimes, we have no energy, for practice in the evening because you already sort of use your energies for your work during the day, right? And then when you come home, sort of with no energy, very tired, and maybe sometimes very unhappy, something wrong, during the day with your work and with the people, come back, you're sort of unhappy, then it's difficult to practice, right? So my suggestion is you should practice early morning. You can. This is not difficult. Because in order to practice early morning, you should go to bed early, like 9 o'clock, 9:30 is a perfect time. And then wake up early morning, like 5 o'clock, 4:30. You need just sleep 7 hours. That's enough. Practice maybe, morning practice for an hour. You have to do that. So in the morning, when you wake up, if you make schedule this, you definitely can. It's not hard at all. So in the morning you should sort of wake up and then commit yourself to practice by thinking what it means to have achieved this very, very precious human life that we have. This precious human life sport for everything, and especially practice Dharma. So when you wake up, first your thoughts, think about your life, the precious life, this life, And you should know the meaning of your life and the purpose of having taken this precious human body at this moment, this time. Because we don't know next time, we are so unsure. So this is the perfect opportunity, this life. So contemplate its profound and sort of benefits, value, And then, before you go to work, make a commitment and thinking. Most of you already have the Bodhisattva vows, right? You have to remember that every morning. So you should think that, since I have taken Bodhisattva vows, so whatever I do today, I will try to benefit for everybody. And at least I will give up harm others. That's second your thought in the morning. So you should correct your motivation like that, And if you have this kind of motivation during the day, then whatever you do, it will be very beneficial for others and for yourself. So practice for an hour every morning if you can. Right? So first correct your motivation like that, and then you go to meditate an hour every morning. Once you're done, and then before you go to work, again correct your motivation. Exactly same like that, Now I'm going to go to work. So correct your motivation again. That's we call generation, right? Generate bodhicitta. And when the day is over, and then in the evening, short sort of meditation, you should examine what you did during the day. When you were acting in accord with the Dharma, with your practice, you should really sort of acknowledge, appreciate that, and rejoice, Good job, great time, great day, benefit for everybody. Understand, you have to know that, what you did, you have to think back what you did during the day. And when this was not the case, then you should sort of regret it and confess, right, in the evening. So you should, in order to do that, you should remember, recite the 100-syllable mantra, the purification, at least 7 or 21 times, and remember with the 4 powers. That's how we purify. Before you go to sleep, It only takes few minutes, 100-syllable mantra, recite 100-syllable mantra with the visualization and think about 4 powers. It takes, maybe 10 or 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So you can do that. Because this is very important, because we accumulate negative thoughts, negative karma every single day, especially if you have a difficult job. Every day unhappy, all the time sort of impatience, and have thoughts, motivate anger with other people. So that's negative karma, negative thoughts. We do that every single day. So we have to purify that, So the purification is this practice, Bodhisattva is the best, right? You know that. And when you're done your practice in the evening, like that, very short, you don't need to practice very long if you don't want. Because in the morning you practice like an hour, right? That's pretty good. So you need to make sort of, a schedule for your practice for every day, right? We make schedule everything, right? So that's same thing. We have to make schedule for your practice, for your spiritual things, So you have to make schedule. You have to think that, okay, I have to go to bed this time, and then wake up morning this time. Then I have to meditate. Otherwise, if you sort of flexible, like, sometimes morning, sometimes evening, sometimes during the day, meditate, it works, but not the best, So if you have a kind of schedule and perfect time, like, this time is this, that, then you should. It's really good for your practice, right? Another thing is, now you're done your work, your evening practice. Now you go to sleep. And very important to sleep without positive thoughts. So before you go to sleep, you should visualize your Guru or Buddha or whoever you believe above your head, very sort of vividly, clearly. And then they dissolve sort of into your heart. And think that your mind and this Guru or Buddha or the mind merge in union or blend. And then you should look deeply into your mind's nature and don't follow any sort of other thoughts. Do you understand how you do that? And if you can sleep in this way, then doesn't matter for how long you will sleep. Sleep for many hours, many days, or many weeks, many months. It will be all virtuous. Because you create positive energy when you go to sleep, right? And you are sort of developing your true nature. And this recognition is what we call ultimate bodhicitta. But if you have no experience this yet, then you should try, and focus your breath and then your mind. Focus on your breath and your mind. So do that alternately and not other thoughts, Only if you do that, then you go to sleep, no other thoughts. Then that's how you sort of exercise, And if you already experience how this is, then you can sort of rejoice, and you also really need to progress further. Even if you have recognized and do experience the real meditation state, you need still diligently progress to clarify it further, right? So this meditation is good for beginners and good for everybody. So this true nature is with us all the time, right? This is actually perfect time to recognize your nature mind, That's why this meditation is very important. So we call it our nature or Buddha nature, right? So this nature is, no matter what, 24 hours within us, if you know how to meditate on it, and never separate. You may wonder, if the nature state is in it to every occasion of mind, no matter what takes place, if it is already there, then what is the use of doing any practice? But practice is very necessary. Even we have this nature mind, because our basic nature has always been, present together with our mind, with our thoughts, right? With sort of any movement or perceiving. But we tend to sort of remain unaware of it. So that's why practice, very important. And because we have the mind and thoughts, and we have what you call perception, we have these three sort of combination all the time, and they're so very powerful, Therefore, if you sleep with this kind of, positive thoughts, or with the nature mind, everything is, virtuous and very helpful. If you sleep with negative thoughts or sort of unhappy thoughts, then you are developing a bad habit, right? Throughout the whole night, then, it is not easy to diminish this bad habit. Usually people, if you have a difficult, situation or difficult job, then you go to sleep, you just automatically think, about your situation. And then you get angry, or, these negative thoughts, you develop that. And then you go to sleep like that, then actually you are developing your negative thoughts whole night. So it's very difficult. That's why we develop, right? Usually people go to sleep, nice thoughts, good thoughts, not good thoughts, but most time it's not so nice thoughts. Then we develop our bad habits whole night. Because, this is very important. For example, think about this. If we live a long life, and 80 years old, most people live 80 years this time, right? 80 years old. And if we sleep, for instance, 7 hours, right? 7 hours for every night, single night, then total, we sleep almost 25 years. Understand? If you live like 80 years, we sleep total 25 years. So 25 years, even though, of course, we usually develop negative thoughts, negative karma, accumulate this sort of negative karma during the day, right? But even during the night, we develop negative thoughts, usually. So, for instance, like 25 years, negative thoughts, right? Think about it. How many times you go to sleep with nice thoughts or not good thoughts. So, very important. So these are, if you cannot practice for an hour every morning, that's okay. That's fine. Maybe half hour. Or you should practice at least few minutes, every morning, day. The practice actually not how long. It's not really how long you practice, but how you practice with your, strong sort of motivation, If you practice, for instance, in the morning, let's say bodhicitta, you practice bodhicitta, and you really strongly think about other living beings and think about great compassion, even though like when 1 minute, 2 minutes, very benefit. If you practice like an hour and you think in other thoughts, welcome other thoughts, and maybe you practice, with people and talking, or maybe you practice with watch television like that. In hour, not much benefits. It depends how you meditate. So we have to think about the benefits of our meditation, right? Meditation is benefits or not, it depends how you meditate. So we have to practice every single day. If you really want to become a good meditator or control your mind, you have to practice every day. Because in order to experience the benefit of meditation, it is necessary to practice regularly, Otherwise, if you let, weeks or months or, pass without meditating, then, you will get out of shape, and then, more difficult when you try to meditate again, It's exactly, I have that experience. You have if you go to gym and then you exercise every day, easier, more and more easier, right? And then you forget it in 1 month, 6 months, that I do. And then come back, so difficult. Exercise, that hurts my body and everything, not flexible. So that's exactly same. That's how we exercise physically, right? Mentally same. This is meditation is exercise your mind. So if you don't practice few weeks and then you start practice, so difficult. If you practice every single day, easier, more and more. That's why I think even though you don't have, you can't meditate like an hour every day, that's okay. Don't worry about it. But at least few minutes, and the best time is in the morning. Meditation is not that easy, but if you do this kind of make schedule and follow the schedule, practice correctly, then I think it's not so difficult. Definitely not difficult. And when you practice, that's how you practice. What time, right? What time, the best time? Practice in the morning. And when you practice, don't worry, if you're a beginner, your thoughts, Sometimes, you practice, you will notice that you have more thoughts, and it's so difficult to control. And then you lose your confidence, and then you don't practice. You should not worry that. You don't worry your thoughts and don't follow them, right? And then correct. These are very important how to practice. Then you correct your motivation when you start practice. Sort of giving rise to bodhicitta and practice benefit all living beings. And then, dedicate, right? Dedicate the merit at the end of your practice to benefit, again, all living beings. By the way, today is Mother's Day. Buddhism believes that all living beings, has been our parents. So, given rise to bodhicitta, all living beings. So it is very important. Always remember the three supreme methods of motivation, contemplation, and dedication. These are the foundation of our practice. whenever you practice, you have to remember. And generally also it is very important to remember the antidotes to particular sort of problem. For example, if you get angry, there are two ways to diminish your anger, right? Relatively and ultimately. Relatively, when you get angry, you can meditate on patience, right? Remember last time we talked about that. So patience, this is the big problem, impatience in our life. That's the biggest problem we have. So you should practice patience and also love and kindness, when you get angry. Relatively, right? Ultimately, you can look at the essence of your anger mind, and you will see it is clear sort of awareness and empty. The moment you recognize it and be aware of its nature, then your anger will disappear and no longer there. Ultimately, that's the best antidote. But if you're a beginner, or generally, ordinary people can't meditate like that. Can't actually. They don't see. They don't recognize the nature of anger mind. But I think relative practice, be patient and love and kindness, think about this, very good antidote. So you can practice patience like that, for your anger. And similarly, for example, if you are sort of disturbed by strong desire and attachment, this is also a very big problem in our life. Then you can also relatively, you can meditate on impermanence, right? Impermanence, and the best also antidote is satisfaction, right? Satisfaction. And ultimately, of course, you can look at the essence of your attachment and to recognize its nature, right? No longer attachment there, if you understand, if you practice that way. If that's difficult, you should think about satisfaction, contentment. Then your attachment, your strong desire, you can control and diminish that way. And if you are, for example, depressed, and you can meditate on sort of preciousness and the potential of your human life. So we have different kind of problems, and also we have different antidotes. So if you remember these instructions, you will know what to do when you have a problem, right? So then you have a kind of solution and easy and be happy. These instructions, these are sort of, specific problems, right? But in generally, I would say practice only bodhicitta. Because we want to get, if you want to get enlightenment, you need to think about its cause, right? Its cause. First, you have to think about the cause. Not usually people think the result, right? First, they think result. That's wrong. Think about enlightenment. Think about the qualities, this enlightenment. That's wrong. First, what we need, in order to get enlightened, we have to think about its cause, which is bodhicitta. And if you want to have a bodhicitta mind, you need also its cause, right? According to Buddhism, everything cause and conditions depends on. So what is bodhicitta's mind cause? great compassion, love and kindness. Love and kindness and great compassion, these two are the cause of bodhicitta. So then what is the cause of love and kindness, compassion? You want to develop great compassion and love and kindness, you need to understand of the kindness living beings. So think about all living beings, how important living beings in our life. We have to understand that, then easily to develop compassion and love and kindness others, right? So, I think, maybe you think, why, I always emphasize, in talking about bodhicitta. But, because either, spiritually or worldly, whatever we do, the basic, our intention is wrong. We always do things for ourselves and harm others directly or indirectly. That's why our basic intention, motivation is not pure. So that's why bodhicitta changes our self-centered or self-intention. That's why I think this meditation is so important. Practice bodhicitta, very important. So if you have a good motivation, intention, whatever you do, benefit yourself and others. Most actually benefit yourself. Even though that's not your intention, but just that's the benefit of this practice. So, bodhicitta, practice bodhicitta. Either you can practice bodhicitta, the relative bodhicitta. Remember, relative bodhicitta, practice 6 paramitas, practice the 4 measurables, relative bodhicitta. And the ultimate bodhicitta you can. So because, if you meditate on relative bodhicitta, it will help and develop a very good relationship with others, right? Because if you think about only yourself, ignore others, then eventually what will happen? You'll be very lonely. You have no relationship with others. So that's not good for your life. If you think only yourself and harm others directly or indirectly, even though indirectly means you incite your motivation, not pure, then indirectly you harm others. Then eventually the result of this intention, you feel really lonely and no friends. You have no friend. So bodhicitta, practice bodhicitta, develop very good relationship with others and will also open your mind. Then easy to sort of control your circumstances, if you practice relative bodhicitta. And if you practice, meditate on ultimate bodhicitta, you will develop awareness of the clear nature of the mind itself, So, relative and ultimate, very important practice. Buddhist philosophy gives us the term relative and ultimate truth, right? Because these two are very special in Buddhism. The relative truth simply has to do with how things appear to be, right? That's kind of definition of relative truth. Ultimate truth deals with how things really are, shows and teaches us the essence and the nature of everything. That's about ultimate truth. So these meditations are, I think, very important in our life. So it's very, Buddhism is, it's profound and vast, but if you know how to, what do you say, conclude, there's two things: relatively practice, ultimately practice. That's all, right? So two things. And also I think very important, do not think that you need a big change in your life when you meditate, Sometimes the practitioners sort of have a very good experience and good feeling about their practice. Then they sort of have a feeling that giving up everything and want to practice only. That's sometimes we have very nice meditate and have experience, wonderful experience. Then you sort of see the problems in this world, in this samsara, and then you think, oh, there's no essence, so I want to give up everything. But this is we call unstable renunciation. It's not good, because then if you give up everything and then your thoughts will change, and then you have a difficult everything, then your renunciation is not there, and then you will suffer. So you don't have to big change. You can keep your job, your friends, everything, and just enjoy life as usual, and then practice. Because meditation is part of our life, right? So meditation is like a mirror in which reflection of ourselves appears, Then what will help? With the help of the mirror of the meditation, we can become aware of our own mistakes, right? And so succeed in sort of correcting them. It's Buddha always say meditation is like a mirror. You can see what's the problem in your face, and you can change that, right? So when you meditate, you will see the mystics, and then we can have also not only see the mystics, but we have also solution. We have a antidote. So then we can change, change. So that's why this lifetime is very precious, very important, because of the unique opportunity to practice the Dharma, which is necessary in our life to purify our obscurations, right? And to develop our inner qualities, compassion, bodhicitta, and wisdom like that. So definitely we can develop these inner qualities. And another very important is don't forget to bring the good experience of the meditation into your daily activities. This is the I think most important, because if you forget all about your meditation practice during your daily activities, then you are not really connecting with your meditation. You are not really connecting and your mind training, so that's you can't forget. Whatever you meditate, during the meditation you think about great compassion, bodhicitta. That idea, that thoughts, you have to bring, during the day. So then That's the most important, right? Usually when you meditate, easy, everything's easy. But when you are not meditate, everything's problem there. Impatience, get angry, strong desires, attachment, all these things. So that means we forget to bring our experience of meditation. We're not bring that into our sort of daily activities. Then we have sort of separate, right? Meditation time there, but then not meditate there, time there. So then we have problems. So we are separate, totally separate. So watch your mind carefully, right? Be aware and try to deal sort of skillfully with problems as they arise. And if you can do this each day, every day, your meditation has been successful. Meditation is for that. Meditation, when you meditate, that means you are exercising, right, with your mind. What is the purpose of that meditation? It is actually when you're not meditating, your conduct, your motivation, your activities. If you bring that your meditation experience into your daily activities, then no matter what you do, what you think, it will benefit for everybody. So that's the purpose of meditation. That's actually liberation, enlightenment. Relatively, your activities for benefit for others, include yourself. That's relative enlightenment. That's the purpose of meditation. And if you do that, you will get sort of great confidence in the practice. You practice more because you will see the benefit of your daily activities, right? Because of that activities from your practice. And then that sort of, inspires you. Oh, I want more practice. Because then my activities, how I speak, everything's benefit for everybody. So I can see that. So then you will get sort of great sort of confidence. So you should examine all the time, okay? Not to examine others. That's not your job. You will be your own sort of witness. And you are actually, Buddha said that you are the best teacher for yourself. If I say something, maybe you will get angry with me, right? But you never get angry with yourself. You should change this. Or now your thoughts arise, and you should change that. So, Buddha said, the best teacher is you, yourself. Which means you have to think. You have to think and examine in your daily life, every single day, right? So if you meditate, if you practice, you remember, do these things. Otherwise, we forget, right? Otherwise, we forget to investigate ourselves. We always forget to correct our motivation in the morning. We forget everything because we are not mindful. Because we have so little control our mind. So we have also strong these bad habits. So that's, we forget everything. But if you meditate like this, bodhicitta, it will help you everything, Then you really appreciate your precious human life because bodhisattvas, they do all the time that, I have a capacity, this my precious human life, this is my power, With this life, I can do good things for others, for myself, right? So that's very, very helpful. conclusion. That's the conclusion of the mind training teaching. Okay? And we have a few minutes. I would like to practice meditation. Now meditate a few minutes. Just comfortable, right? Correct your motivation. And I would like you to practice the awareness by focus on your breath. When you breathe in, there are two things you need to focus. If you are, for example, very beginner, when you breathe in, just to relax and feel, actually you feel the breath, just to relax. When you breathe in, you feel the breath and recognize the present moment. That means you are not following or not thinking, right? So just make sure you are there when you breathe in. And then when you breathe out, let your mind and your breath sort of dissolve into the space in front of you, and then simply relax in that space. As much as you can, as much as you want. And then do it again. Breathe in, feel it, relax. Breathe out, dissolve your breath and your thoughts and everything into the empty space, and then relax in there. And then when your body sort of ready to breathe in, then do that again so many times. If you are not beginner, when you breathe in, you need to turn your attention to the clarity of awareness or your mind. Your mind is whatever you are experiencing at the moment. Focus your attention on the essence of your sensations in your body, thoughts, feeling, perceptions of sounds, or so forth. So focus your attention on this clear, pure nature of the mind when you breathe in. When you breathe out, let your mind and breath again dissolve in the space and sort of hold this experience and feel that nature of your mind is like clear, empty space, and concentrate on this vast and emptiness. Very easy. Meditation, not difficult. The point is that you can bring a sense of clarity and relaxation into your experience, no matter where you are. So thoughts and breath all exist only in this present moment. So if you focus on that, then you are there. So when you breathe out, for example, one moment is gone, but when you breathe in, another moment is here. So you focus on that, right? If thoughts and distractions will arise, do not sort of react them and do not follow them or reject them. Remember that they are sort of clear by nature without sort of substance. So simply watch them sort of come and go, and then return to the awareness of mind's nature. That's all. That's your meditation. So we have 10 minutes. Meditate, okay?
We're doing our Nundra practice. Do you suggest we do sitting meditation before or after we do visualization practice?
What do you mean?
Well, so if I'm doing Bodhicitta and I'm going to do 100, should I do sitting meditation for 1 hour before I do Nandro practice, or is that practice? You do 2 days,
That is practice.
so I don't need to do shamatha?
Oh, you mean that? Okay. No, you don't have to. You don't have to. If you practice Bodhisattva, shamatha is included. You focus on the object, right? So visualizations and recitations, all this, your objects. So you don't have to. I mean, if you want, you can, but you don't have to.
Maybe in the evening.
Yeah. Good. Any questions? You have last chance to ask.
What are the 7 qualities of the upper realms of existence?
What?
What are the 7 qualities of the upper realms of existence?
7 qualities. Long life. Without illness, no sickness. Lots of power. Not so poor, not so rich. Maybe you don't like that, right? People like rich, but according to Buddhism, not necessarily good. So the between is the best for your practice. So how many? So like that kind of 7 qualities in our life.
You've got the last important 3.
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
Last important 3? I got everything. Long life is very important. And strong, physically, mentally, very support your practice. Capacity, you have capacity. And be born a good family. Not poor, not rich. Got it?
Yeah, one more.
One more. One more I can make up. Something.
To be born a man.
No. Even Buddhists, according to Buddhism, they don't say that. Equally, Buddha talks about the whatever he talks, relatively or ultimately, the truth. He talks the truth. So man and woman, he thinks equally. Practice equally. Little bit different rules, right? But that's not necessarily you need to understand in this point. So practice is very important. Practice is very important. Especially if you have sort of a strong emotional, things, these kind of things we need to practice. It's really helpful like this, we just practice breathe in and breathe out, how this is simple. And it's very profound, very profound. It's not complicated practice, right? When you breathe in, you have to feel the breath. That means you practice mindfulness. You are present moment. You understand what's going on, right? You focus on 100%, concentrate on your breath. And when you breathe out, let the breath and everything dissolve. You can see the empty space in front of. It doesn't mean empty space means not people sit there, right? But you can feel this empty space when you meditate, and then focus on that. And when you're ready to breathe in and again do that. That's very easy, but if you do this every day, your mind will be very flexible, very focused, and very stable. Makes your mind is very relaxed and easily controlled. Otherwise, your mind is like jump everywhere. We can't actually control without these meditations. So these are very good methods, to control our mind. And then slowly you can feel and develop more stronger experience. Then you will develop great compassion and the ultimate level, the things. Then you will get these qualities, 7 qualities of your life. All right. First of all, say the closing prayers, please. May I attain in each and every life the sublime virtues of existence of peace. May I pursue the followless mindset of altruism, working for the welfare of others on a vast scale. Through this very mind of mine, may every single sentient being eliminate all forms of negativity and practice virtues forevermore. May Supreme Precious Bodhicitta take birth where it has not risen. Where it has arisen, may it never win, but continue to grow forevermore. May Supreme Precious Bodhicitta take birth where it has not risen. Where it has arisen, may it never win, but continue to grow forevermore. May Supreme Precious Bodhicitta take birth where it has not risen. Where it has risen, may it never win, to grow forevermore. Ready? May I, in all my lives, no matter where I am born, obtain the 7 qualities of upper realm of existence. May I meet the Dharma immediately after taking birth and have the freedom of practice. May I please the sublime gurus and day and night dedicate myself to the Dharma. By realizing the Dharma and practicing its inmost instinct, may I cross oceans of conditioned existence in this very life. May I teach the sublime Dharma perfectly and never become weary and tired, benefiting others in samsara. May my own impressure and all benefit others. May all attain enlightenment together. Captain like Bodhisattva, right? May all attain enlightenment together. All right, thank you very much.